Yes, 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 yes. Good morning. Good morning. Another morning. We are back. Yeah, man. You know me. Every morning we gotta test that sound out. Make sure everything is legit. Let's see. All right, so we are good. We are good. We are good, like always, man. What's going on? Hope everything is good, man. Another morning. We are going to cover a lot of stuff this morning. We are gonna cover a lot of stuff this morning. Yeah, man. Another Tuesday out the way, hump day. We are in the middle of the week. We are in the middle of the week. Got to keep pushing. Keep pushing. Don't give up, man. Don't give up. Don't give up. Because that's what they want you to do. That's what these pricks want you to do. That's what these pricks want you to do, man. They want you to give up. But we ain't going to do that. We're not going to do that, man. Oh, yeah. Also, too, shout out to them goofies that wake up every morning and pretty much listen to everything that I guess this meeting. Okay. Yeah, they listen to everything that their wife tell them to do. Shout out to them goofies. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. But come on, guys. Grow some kahunas, man. Grow some, man. Grow some. Life is not set for you to do what they tell you to do. You had a mother once before, man. Grow some kahunas, man. I'm telling y'all. It's okay. Stand up. It's all right. They're not going nowhere, man. They're not going nowhere. And I'm not trying to be that guy that tells, you know, men to be mean to women, because that's not what I'm about. That is not what I'm about. But what I am about is, and I'm going to be real with you, I am about believing in something that I believe in. And life is not set for me to wake up and work a 9 to 5 for you. Life is set for me to do something that I want to do, not what you want me to do. Remember that, guys. You don't understand how it feels to have that wife when you're doing what you want to do and having that money. So if she's not with that, it's okay. You get a new one. You get a new one. But at least you're happy. At least you're doing what you want to do and you live in the life that you want to live. And that's bottom line. And that's bottom line. Hit them like buttons too, man. I told y'all we still working on everything early in the morning. We still working on everything early in the morning. Shout out to LaJuan too. Shout out to LaJuan. He just checked in. Let me know he's watching the show early in the morning. Shout out to him, 100%. Also too, if you know me personally, you can text me. Let me know you're watching the show. I will shout you out. Pretty soon, I'm going to give y'all an 800 number so y'all can call in and rock with me in the mornings. But today, I wanted to cover this whole thing with Diddy and his son. You know, I could keep going on and on, you know, early in the morning, rambling about things. I just kind of killed women. I didn't want to. I love women to death. But I'm just sick of those type of dudes. I am, man. You know what I mean? Because there are people that are passionate about things that they do, and there are people that's not passionate. And that doesn't mix. When you got people that's passionate about their work, and then you got people that work for people just for people, and you know, it won't mix, because those people, believe it or not, it seems like they're happy and they have everything because they have the family, they have the house, they have everything. No, they're not. They're miserable. They're miserable. 90% of these guys are doing things that they didn't want to do in life. But yeah, you have to do what you got to do to maintain bills and keep, you know, and keep above waters. But you know, the people that's saying that are the women. They're saying that. When it comes to saying you got to do what you got to do, you know, the survivor, yeah, it wouldn't be that way if you were single. They wouldn't give a fuck. They wouldn't care. They wouldn't be saying that to you. You taking a chance of life would be okay. You doing what you want to do would be okay because you're single. So that's what I mean, women. Why do you have babies with these guys? And these guys, you need to find out first if this is what if they're happy in life first. You're making it worse for them. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's not fair to men sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because, women are not only the ones to blame for that because men lay there with, it takes two people to make a baby, of course. It takes two people to make a baby. But it only takes one to make that decision on, you know what I mean? If I'm gonna take that 72-hour pill, or if I'm gonna go to the clinic, or what? So come on, women, we know what's going on here. And I'm not killing y'all. I love them, love women. You know what I mean? I can't. With women, what would you do in this world without women? Women are the most precious thing in the world, but there are ones that play games and it's foul. That's all. Let's get to the Diddy situation because 90% of this stuff that these guys are going through are because of women. So let's get to this. I wanted to talk about the Diddy situation with his son. That's getting nasty every day. I'm telling y'all that now. That's getting nasty by the day. Okay. Diddy case. Okay. I think this is the one I was watching. This right here. This is the one. All right. All right, here we go, y'all.
We now get into even more detail about these disturbing allegations, and we also have new reaction to these.
All right, it's lit, y'all.
That sheds
Watch this. This is crazy. Hit that like button too.
Last week, we talked about how Sean Combs and his son Christian King Combs were hit with a lawsuit by a woman named Grace O'Markey. She claims that back in December of 2022, at 25 years old, she had been working as a stewardess on a private yacht chartered by Combs when she claims that she was drugged and sexually assaulted by Christian. Now, while we went over the lawsuit in our last episode, we didn't have the actual paperwork in hand. Now we do. So we want to do a deeper dive into some of these details. And there is a question about where this lawsuit even currently stands. Now, we know the timing of this lawsuit is very interesting, right? It comes after Combs or Diddy has already been sued by multiple people. The lawsuits allege sex trafficking, rape, assault, illegal drug and firearms possession, involvement in shootings and violence. And this new lawsuit comes 2 weeks after federal agents stormed Combs' properties in LA and Miami, reportedly removing firearms, electronics, maybe other evidence. This was reportedly pursuant to an ongoing investigation into
nasty
of the Southern District of New York. And Combs' sons, Christian and Justin, were actually handcuffed, detained, not arrested, during that raid. We're going to get into that in a minute. Keep that in mind, that image, that visual. Now, while neither Combs nor his sons have been arrested or criminally charged with respect to this investigation, many analysts that we have spoken to believe it is only a matter of time before that happens. Okay, we have this lawsuit from Grace O'Markey. And before we even get into the details of it, there is a question now of what is happening with this. Why do I say that? Because the filing was not on the court system's docket. According to the Washington Post, O'Markey's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, said that it had to be taken down after an unfiled version of the complaint was published by the media. So I don't know what to take away from that, if that means that what we reviewed last week wasn't supposed to be seen. Not sure. But assuming this lawsuit does move forward, there is a lot to break down in it. Okay, first off, I have to say, now that I have the paperwork in my hand and I have the complaint in my hand, one of the things that struck me right from the beginning is how personal this is. Quote, defendant C. Combs, that's Christian Combs, is a 25-year-old auto-tuned and heavily edited rapper.
Wow.
Unfortunately, as the saying,
wow, they killed him.
Not fall far from the tree. Defendant Sean Combs, who has also been accused of several acts of sexual assault, rape, sexual violence, and drugging, among other deplorable.
Hey, Nish, hit them like buttons.
Defendant C. Combs, who has seemingly taken after his father and the family business of reckless partying, drugging others, sexual violence, and other illegal conduct.
That's crazy.
I mean, you usually don't see that kind of language in a lawsuit. Very
No, you don't.
also, allegations at this point. Remember, Combs has not been criminally charged. He's not been found liable. These are allegations, but when they mention Christian, I have to highlight this too. They actually embed into the complaint not a photo of him on the red carpet, not a photo of him on an album cover, not a photo of him taken by the media. They embed a photo of him and his brother being detained in handcuffs by federal agents during that raid.
Crazy.
That is very intentional. Of all the photos to use, you are accusing him of sexual assault, and you use that photo. That was no mistake. Now, I am reminded is being represented by not only Rodney Diggs, but as I mentioned, Tyrone Blackburn. Mr. Blackburn is representing former Diddy producer Rodney Jones, who also filed a separate lawsuit against Diddy, his son Justin, and several others. He claims that he was a victim of sex trafficking and that he was assaulted and subjected to violence. So maybe it is not surprising we are seeing this language as he is representing multiple people accusing the Combs family of illegal conduct. We're going to get back into the merits of these lawsuits in a minute, but going back to the Omarkey complaint, another interesting tidbit is that in addition to Diddy and Christian, there are several unnamed John Does and companies who are named as defendants as well. Omarkey claims that these people and companies aided and abetted in the commission of the conduct described in the lawsuit, and that as the case proceeds, she may add their names later on.
Wow.
Omarkey goes into some detail about what this environment on the yacht was like. She talked about how she worked the late night shift from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Quote, during the second week of the charter service, there was a significant amount of partying and drug use, which caused the guests to stay up throughout the night. The makeup of the yacht quickly evolved from just defendant S. Combs and his family to include a constant rotation of suspected sex workers and other A-list celebrities such as French Montana and actor Cuba Gooding Jr.
Wow.
S. Combs family excursion into a hedonistic environment. According to plaintiff, it resulted in an unexpected increase in workload for her and her colleagues, as well as unwanted exposure to unlawful drug use, sex work, and general chaos.
Oh, this is nasty.
That drinks were spiked by Combs.
What?
Women were taken advantage of on the yacht. And she argues that as a bartender, she understands the impact of alcohol, and she, quote, found it very suspicious that after one shot of De Leon tequila or one mixed drink, various women on the yacht would be falling over themselves.
Wait, what?
Y'all better get arcade. He has the best virtual instruments, samplers. It's pretty much
panicking or passing out.
Hold on.
Led plaintiff, Chris Omarkey, to reasonably believe that the alcohol given to these women was likely laced with drugs. And she even describes one specific event in particular. Quote, according to plaintiff, in another incident, defendant S. Combs had several women whom plaintiff suspected of being sex workers on the yacht. In one incident, a girl was extremely upset and ran to the lower deck, locked herself in the massage room, and was hysterically crying. She did not feel safe and wanted to leave. The crew was
No, this is getting nasty.
Sarah Chapman, one of S. Combs's children's mother, was due to have a massage, so plaintiff had to attempt to remove this young woman from the massage room, but she was very reluctant as she felt unsafe. Eventually, she left. All of this is important for Omarkey's legal claims, namely that Sean Combs is liable for what his son Christian allegedly did to her. Why? Under the premises liability cause of action, and that, by the way, is where a property owner or someone who is in control of a property has a duty to use reasonable care to keep visitors of the property safe.
Crazy.
According to Omarkey, since Sean Combs leased, occupied, and or controlled the yacht and allowed who was on it and what was happening, this is his fault that she was sexually assaulted by his son. Quote, defendant S. Combs allowed and encouraged the people aboard his yacht, including his son C. Combs, to engage in the drugs and reckless behavior while aboard the yacht. Defendant S. Combs' negligence was a substantial factor in causing plaintiffs harm because of failing to properly use and secure the yacht and for fostering an environment for drug use and assault to occur without ramifications. So in the law, you need to show causation for this. But for what Combs did, this would not have occurred. You really have to show that you created a condition where it was foreseeable this would happen, that Combs knew or should have known this assault would happen because of the environment he created. You might be saying, okay, that seems like a strong claim, maybe it doesn't. But then you have the aiding and abetting claim against Sean Combs, too.
Yo,
Defendant S. Combs.
that's getting nasty, y'all. Seriously.
Because he encouraged and fostered an environment and culture to his son and his employees to do whatever they want with plaintiff and the other yacht staff.
That's nasty.
Markey goes on to describe how Combs covered up the assault too. That he paid off the yacht captain to keep quiet, allegedly gave him a big tip. By the way, talking about Markey says that after she told the yacht captain, Petar Milkov, about what happened to her, he, quote, berated her, lacked compassion or concern, failed to investigate, and insisted that she was probably voluntarily partying with the guest. She was not. She also says that, quote, Captain Milkov added insult to injury by assigning plaintiff to work in front of the house, which required personally serving defendant C. Combs while they were on the yacht. Now imagine for a moment that she really is a victim of Christian Combs. That is really sinister stuff.
Yes, it
Now,
is.
let's go back to when Christian Combs allegedly drugged and assaulted Markey. Remember, these are allegations at this point. And I explained a little bit of the background about this in our previous sidebar, but one interesting detail from the complaint that we didn't bring up is that according to Markey, when an allegedly heavily intoxicated Christian Combs came aboard the yacht on that night and went into the recording studio and started ordering tequila shots, Markey claims that Cassandra Ventura, or Cassie's Me and You, that song, was playing in the background. What makes that, as O'Markey says in the lawsuit, ironic, is that Cassie was a former artist and girlfriend of Sean Combs who filed that initial lawsuit against him back in 2023, claiming that she was physically and sexually abused by the rapper and producer. She ended up settling with him, but remember, that was the first lawsuit that began all of this. From there, we saw more lawsuits against Combs. We saw the raids. Now, that is a very specific detail for O'Markey to remember that arguably adds to her narrative, right? And kind of adds a weird context to it. But I imagine that if she were to testify at trial about hearing this song, again, so specific, that would be challenged by Combs's lawyers. And they would say, you remember that? Is that awfully convenient? You remember that detail? Maybe you don't remember other things. So I guess that could be something that she would, or something that would be challenged. Okay, but now going back to this event. O'Markey claims that initially she was forced to take tequila shots, that she wasn't allowed to leave. She claims that her drink was spiked, and she said that she was very scared and in a very dangerous situation with Christian Combs.
Nasty.
Now, I'm not sure if this is a typo, but in the actual suit, it says that Sean Combs touched her legs, her breasts, her private areas, and started kissing her on her neck, face, and hands. I'm pretty sure that's a typo. Because it seems like she has been alleging that it was Christian who sexually assaulted her. She doesn't sue Sean Combs for assault or battery. So, again, I think this is a typo. And if it is, that doesn't look good. This is arguably one of the most important lines in this lawsuit.
Word.
You mess up who you're talking about? But, I mean, I don't know what to make of it. But here's what we do have. O'Markey claims that Rodney Jones, as I mentioned, Diddy's former producer, now plaintiff, suing
Rodney Jones.
assault in a separate lawsuit, that he was there on the yacht that night and actually recorded the audio of this assault, this whole episode happening. She provides a transcript of what she said
Wow.
Christian Combs drugging and sexually assaulting her. I'm going to read it for you now. Christian, yo, it's shot o'clock. Grace, no, I'm not doing shots, Christian. Christian, everybody, we got to take a shot. In a second audio tape, Grace says, I'll just put the ledge. Christian, no, 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 take the whole thing. Grace, no, you will take it as well. Christian, take the whole shot. Grace, I'm only doing it as long as you take it as well. Christian, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not taking nothing. Please, please.
I'm a therapist. Some people think that's the thing is,
Come
we're
on.
human beings.
He said he ain't taking nothing. That's how you know this is nasty.
You were drugging me? Christian, take the shot. Hey, yo, play another beat one time because now, then there is a transcript of Christian's alleged sexual assault of Grace. Cassie's Me and You playing in the background, allegedly. Grace, this is not an offer. Christian, you said what? Grace, I can't. I'm swapping out. I can't do it. I'm sorry, darling. Christian, nah, we need you. Grace, I'm going to stop. Stop. I have to go. I have to go. Honestly, I'm like already losing sleep. I have to go now. Christian, you're the best one on this ship, though. Grace, what do you mean? Christian, who's going to replace you? Grace, who's going to replace me? Christian, F that. That's going to be trash, though. You feel me? Grace, excuse me. You don't touch my legs like that. I'll move my legs where I want to. If I want to do this, then I will. You don't touch my legs like that. Christian, listen, you and everybody in the crew, it's great. Grace, I can't. I have to go down. I have to go down. Christian, no, you tell me. Listen. Grace, what? Christian, say you're just vibing with me the whole time. Grace, I can't. I promise you. I wish I could, but I can't. Unless I say that you guys requested me. Christian, yes, who can I talk to right now? Who can I talk to? I'm going to say I requested you right now. Grace, well, you can take your hand off my ass for the first thing. Now, according to Grace in her complaint, or Miss O'Markey in her complaint, she basically says she was saying that he needed to get permission, and all the people that would give him permission to hang out with her were asleep. So this was kind of a ruse for her to escape. There's a lot of legal issues surrounding the Diddy case. Makes you
That's
think
crazy.
how important it is to have a great lawyer, right? Well, that is especially true in personal injury cases, which can be very, very tough to navigate. But enter Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, proud sponsor of us.
What's wrong with all the promo, fam? Get back to the source, man.
They are all about fighting for the compensation their clients deserve, even if that means having to take a case to trial. And they have secured multi-million-dollar verdicts all across the country. I mean, recently, we're talking a verdict of $26 million in Philadelphia. That was higher than the highest insurance offer in that case, by the way. And when I say that, sometimes insurance companies, they lowball offers, but Morgan &
You got a lot of nerve, man.
Come
Come on,
talk
fam.
about what O'Markey claims here. She claims that 2023 was the most deeply traumatizing time of her life. She talks about how after the alleged assault and cover-up, she was isolated, she was retaliated against, and she was ultimately fired. She even lost her longtime partner. She says that her mental health significantly deteriorated to the point where she required medication and therapy, and she fell into a deep depression. She claims that she couldn't even perform her maid of honor duties for her sister. She also claims that she developed a severe eating disorder, suffered from suicidal ideations, and even had seizures. So if she can prove that in a trial, that is going to be not only devastating testimony for Christian Combs and Sean Combs, but really important in terms of damages calculations. So she ends up suing Christian Combs for assault, battery, sexual assault, intentional and negligent infliction of emotional distress.
Damn.
As I mentioned earlier, the other claims against Sean Combs as well. Now, I do want to call out something else from the lawsuit, some other mentions in the lawsuit. You remember Brendan Paul here on Sidebar? He was listed
My
in
guy.
Combs' lawsuit as Diddy's alleged drug mule that supplied Diddy with narcotics and weapons. He was actually arrested on the day of the raids for drug possession at a Miami airport. He
Nasty.
is listed in this Grace O'Markey lawsuit too. Quote, according to plaintiff defendant S. Combs' assistant and noted drug mule, Brendan Paul, once came down to the pantry and was laughing uncontrollably. He told plaintiff that he had to sit and watch defendant S. Combs have sex with multiple women.
That's
He said
crazy.
defendant S. Combs wanted him present just in case he needed him to get him something while he was in the middle of the act. Plaintiff questioned why Brendan would want to work for defendant S. Combs if he was required to do such things, and Brendan replied that defendant S. Combs was a good link to have in the industry. There's also an
What?
interesting section that mentions how A-list guests came on board the yacht. That includes a Philadelphia rapper, a 30-year-old Atlanta rapper who rose to prominence following the release of his 2017 mixtape.
It's obvious.
A 25-year-old British rapper,
Hold on.
American rapper signed.
It's obvious. It's hot for these boys, man. It's hot for these guys, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's bad business for these dudes, man. Feel bad for them, man. Because we don't know if these people are lying or not, man. And we knew that this dude, the mule dude that played basketball for Syracuse, we knew he was going to snitch with the nasty work. We knew he was going to snitch with the nasty work. That was guaranteed. You could look at his face. You could just look at his eyes and see that he's finished. He was never going to not snitch. Come on, man. I'm still trying to figure out what's worse here. The dude with the drug, who got the mule who's snitching, or now we got to deal with Megan Thee Stallion and homeboy from the Lakers that snitched on a whole team while they got him up out of the LA the first time. Those two might hook up together. Got the two snitches together, and we got homeboy locked up now, Diddy's mule. It's a lot of nasty work going on out here, man. I'm starting to think they just trying to throw us off, fam. I'm starting to think they trying to throw us off, fam. This can't be life. This can't be real. This can't be life. This can't be real, man. There's no way all of this nasty work stuff is real. It seemed fake. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It don't seem real. That's a fact. But the bad thing is, it's 100% real, man. We got to deal with this. These are our icons. These are the guys that, you know, that I would say created, especially you young people, the people that's like 20, 21, you know what I mean? These are the guys, this music is why you guys are here. You know, your parents going to parties, your mother's getting clapped up, they getting done off in the clubs, they getting, you know what I mean? They're getting jumped off, you know what I mean, to all this music. This is the music the mothers was wilding to. This is the new generation of this is the music of the generation that's coming in now. Come on, man. We need Diddy to be innocent, man. We don't need him to be guilty. We need him to be innocent to protect the culture of hip hop so we can have something, man. They trying to take everything from us, bro. Everything. They can't just let us rock. This shit is fake. You heard that story? The girl was on the, why you want, first of all, let's talk about this, females. This is what's nasty work to me. If you're a female that respects yourself, right? You're not even going to be on these boat rides with these niggas. You know what's going on. These niggas are used to having groupies around them. So now you are a 10% groupie when you're around? Ma, once you're around stars, you are a groupie. You are considered a groupie. What makes you anything different than the 99 other chicks that was around for the week? That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't think. That's why all this got to be fake. It can't be real. Because if it's real, and you're a female, you know I'm not going around these niggas. I know what they trying to do. I know what's next. Go hang out with the dude you met at Starbucks, man. You know what I mean? This life ain't for everybody. You want to be in the mix. You want to be down. You want to be around the stars, but you want to go snitching and running your mouth. That's what's wrong with the you know what I mean? You want to be in the mix, but then you looking for the bag and selling straight. I don't know if these stories are real or not, man. I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Feel bad for Diddy right now. I ain't gonna front, man. That's bad business. That's bad business, man. Everybody that hangs around Puff Daddy knows what it is. All the niggas that work for Puff Daddy, they know what it is. All the niggas that rap with Puff Daddy, they know what it is. I'm sick of it. Stop hating on Puff so much and y'all niggas know what it is, man. Y'all know what y'all around. That's why Shay Baby's not around. Because he knows what it is. That's what I'm saying. Niggas need to really start thinking about stuff like that, man. They don't think. They just react. It's nasty work. Yeah, man, I had a good vibe with y'all this morning, man. I'll be back on the live. You know how I do. I'm in and out. Pause. I'll see y'all in a couple of hours. Right now, I got to get to work. Start doing some edits from last night. Y'all see me jumping around in them reels all crazy. We got a lot of shit coming out on the platform this week. That's a fact. We ain't gonna, no one's gonna stop this show. No one. Don't care who you is. Don't care what type of industry planting you think you got. You can't stop this show, fam. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna talk about them people like Ye. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go against none of them people. I'm not gonna do it. That's the only way to finish you, nigga. Finish it, dude. Cancel them. Other than that, the industry plants, y'all can eat a Frank. That's a fact. Anyway, I'll see y'all later on, man.